Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? My name is SonjaMarie. If you are a return person here on my channel, I appreciate you. And if you are seeing my face for the first time, again, my name is SonjaMarie with Wordlife Astrology, here to offer up some astrological information and a spiritual sort of, down to earth kind of perspective. We are grown on this particular channel. So if you hear one or two or three curse words, don't be thrown off too much. Just cover your baby's ears, or to be honest with you, let them know that people do curse in the world and things happen. So I mean, I'm not trying to tell you how to raise your kids. I'm just saying. Hello, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will say hello to all those that start to roll on in a minute. Let me make a couple of announcements before we get into this broadcast today for April 10th. Say what? Say what? April 10th. Wow, 2023. That's just blowing my mind in this moment in time because it is really moving, really, really moving. I'm offering up a wonderful eclipse special that is only going to be accessed for the month of April. Oftentimes, I throw in specials every now and again when you least expect it, so to speak. But I've been kind of like hinting around this one only because April 20th offers up a wonderful eclipse. In Aries. Now, before I get into what that all means and stuff, let me remind you, if you don't remember, for those that have been on here before, or the family that we have here, if y'all don't remember, we already had a new moon in Aries. So this will be considered the second new moon, right? When there are two full moons in a month, it's called a blue moon. I don't know if they call two new moons, to be quite honest with you. They may have a cute little name for it. I just don't know it in this moment in time. But the real significance behind that is that earlier on, when the new moon was in Aries at the beginning of this month, it was almost like a peekaboo. It was like a peekaboo moment to what was going down, right? Or what was about to come down the pipe. And then all of a sudden the curtains close. Like you go to the movies or whatever, and somebody peeks through the curtains or whatever, and they're like, not yet. And they close the curtains. And then a couple of weeks later or whatever, later on, the curtains open up and you're full flesh, ready to perform. So the real reason why I said that is, think about like 3 to 4 weeks ago when there was a new moon vibration in Aries, and there were some new things that you wanted to start in an Aries kind of fashion, in a real robust kind of way, in an industrious kind of way, in an independent kind of way, and you possibly got cold feet. Maybe something went down. For instance, maybe you started a project. Hold on, let me take a sip, because for some reason, I don't know, Mercury retrograde is about to come on the 21st, and my mouth and tongue, I've been going bananas. So I'm going to take my time today, even though I'm drinking a little bit of juice. I'm really going to take my time so I can get my complete thought out. And I'm gonna say hello to everybody that's rolling on in here. Thank y'all for being in here. I really, really do appreciate you. So what I wanted to say is that the auspicious thing about this particular new moon is what was going down in a couple of weeks ago. Again, to give you an example, possibly maybe you started a new project. You started a new, I don't know, just a new project, right? And you thought you had all your ducks in a row, and you had people on deck. Things were going quite wonderfully for the first week or so, and then next thing you know, somebody was like, "Nah, I'm cool. I don't want to do this no more." And you're like, "Wait, what? Hold on. How you just back out?" You know what I mean? Like, how do you just change your mind? How you just change formation? And people do that thing because people have a right to change their mind and renegotiate their life whenever they want. So you have to you sat back and you reassess the thing. Possibly, maybe you thought to yourself, I don't want to do this thing. I'm going to disregard this thing. I don't want to do this project the way I did it. I don't want to do this project at all. Well, the same situation is going to come in some kind of way. Like the same situation will present itself for us all during this new moon solar eclipse that's about to go down on April 20th. And that means the curtains will fully open and fully help you to actualize what it is that you began maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. You dig what I'm saying? The bottom line is this: do not give up on that dream that you had and still have, just because one or two people dropped out or a couple of details got a little augmented or changed or whatever the case may be. You dig what I'm saying? I'm rambling, but I'm not. And I'm saying all this to say is that this eclipse is going to be a beautiful, beautiful situation in which I want you to take advantage of, not just because this is the second opportunity for us to jump on board and get what we need to get done and start what we need to start. But Jupiter is riding right alongside that, a good 5 to 6 degrees away from the new moon solar eclipse. You know how dope that is? Do you know how incredibly crazy, like just dope that is? It's beyond, because Jupiter is about opportunities. Jupiter is about optimism. Jupiter is about rewards and the skittles that we like to talk about. Jupiter also has its downside in a sense, and its challenges when things come on too strong or when it can be too much. You know what I mean? When people and situations come in too hot. So I like to offer up this special so I can see where in your chart it hits you, the eclipse hits you specifically. And we do know that eclipses are about major, major, major changes, shifts, and adjustments that happen in our lives, whether we are ready or not. You dig? And then if you got Jupiter alongside of it, Jupiter's like, yo, I got you. Don't even worry about it. Whatever changes are happening, I'm making sure that you get it on you in the way that you need to. Now, alongside that, though, we have to be aware in this reading that I'm giving. I am going to help you to be aware of all the self-sabotaging things possibly in your chart that can maybe square this eclipse, square Jupiter, or can help you with trines and sextiles and conjuncts. Those are aspects, right, that can help you to expand and take advantage of this particular eclipse. It's a big deal. So if you want, and truly, this is the lowest I've ever charged for any type of reading. So I want you to get on it. It's only going to be for the month of April. We have 4 eclipses this year. And if those that know me, know that we'll talk about the eclipse, but I'll also throw in some extra information as well, because we have an hour to burn. So sign up for that thing by clicking the link in the bio below. If you haven't gotten my book already, The Signs, an Astrological Memoir, I would love for you to pick that up as well and share that with someone, or just go over it yourself. There's a whole lot more of announcements that I can make right now, but I'm gonna hold off and say hello to the people. What's up, 21JNC? I is going down with you. Hey, sweet tea. Tiffany Grays is here. Sandra is here. Hey, Sandra, I ain't seen you in a minute. ZP, ZP, are you with me? Oh yeah, I don't know why that just jumped in my head. Rabbi Rob, peace to you. What up, Nicole Butler? Danielle is here. I'm so happy that y'all are all flying in. I appreciate y'all being here. Yo, it's only 19 people in here, and then that means YouTube is not doing their job. I'm trying to tell you, these notification situations are weird as heck. So if you know somebody that likes to see my broadcast, alert them and tell them that I'm on. Share, please, this particular video with people that you think that would get something out of it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, if this information resonates with you. And if you want to help to grow the channel and help me do what I do as SonjaMarie, as an astrologer and all things wonderful, please donate to the channel by clicking the link or using the information below, Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. I'd really appreciate that. Okay. I want to get this thing started. By the way, those who are not familiar, I love questions. So if you have any questions, please make sure that you do engage and put your questions up about anything and everything, as long as it's not a free reading. Now, people be like, oh, I was born such and such and such and such. Not to say y'all do this, but people are bold like that and want to read. No, it's not time to give you a read, honey bun, but we can answer specific questions, especially if they can help out with the whole situation, with the whole gang, with the whole I'm sorry, I thought something was burning in my bedroom. But it can help out with everybody that's here. And it's a teaching tool for everyone. Okay, so and when you ask your questions, please put the whatchamacallit, the question marks in front of the sentence as well as behind the sentence, so I can absolutely notice when you're asking a question. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's get on into it. Get involved. Get into it. Today is Monday, April 10th. That is for sure, and the moon is in Sagittarius. Hello, Alicia. I didn't get the notice. Just hit refresh and saw that you was on. Maybe you can send out an email or a message on your social with the time that you'll be on. You can't trust YouTube all the time. You are very, very right. But the problem with that is that I don't know what time I'm gonna be on. Every day is different for me. So I usually come on between 12 and 3 on a Monday, and sometimes and on a Friday, those same times as well. So I don't want to pigeonhole myself in those for a particular time, Alicia, but I appreciate your comment and your suggestion, because YouTube is not doing the jobs. It's not doing the jobs. It's okay, because I hear they're on some kind of, they're on some kind of campaign. They're trying to shut down a lot of spirituality and a lot of things that the good that people are sharing here. They are not including them in the algorithm as much. So we need the people, we need the village, we need y'all to let people know what's going on. All right, I'd really appreciate that help if you could. That would mean the world to me. Trust me when I tell you. What up, Roxy? I'm so glad that you're here, honey bee, honey pea, honey. What's going on, Tension? Oh, what's happening with you? You caught me live. Yes, you did. Please let everybody know that I'm on, and be happy to share any information with them. Again, ask questions if you'd like. Let's get started, because this week is not necessarily challenging or anything to celebrate. Yo, life is life, man. Life be doing its thing. That's for sure. But at the same time, let's discover how we can ride this particular wave today. With the moon being in Sagittarius, right? It's an energetic day. It's one of them days that, we just want to get down and get to it, is the real situation. The moon being in Sagittarius can be really, really tricky on a lot of levels, but it's always a good time. It's always the need, the necessity. That's a real, real thought, y'all. It is the necessity when the moon is in Sagittarius to feel good, to have a party, to dismiss and to dodge, not in a denial kind of way, almost like in a I'll be right back kind of way. All negativity and all things that are presenting themselves in a way that just won't make us feel good. Sag loves to feel good. Sag loves to party. Sag loves the adventure. So if you're feeling like you are prompt to do all of those things, you're feeling like you are prompt to seek more education about a thing, about yourself, feel like you are prompt to go on an expedition of some sort, feel like you are prompt to connect with spirit, in a way in which you're learning new doctrines, new ideologies. That's what the moon in Sagittarius is all about. It's tricky in a sense that the moon operates off of expression and emotion, right? And although Sagittarius's prominent emotion is joy, like literally, it's just joy. It just wants to be happy, right? It has a hard time dealing with anything that's not. Did y'all hear me? Now, this is for the people as well as what's going on right now. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because this is a download, y'all, and I'm getting it really, really strong. Oftentimes, in order for people to keep moving forward, they need to dupe themselves in saying, believing, pretending that all is good, that all is well, that all is happy, that we're going to, again, I'll be right back. I'll get back to that kind of feel, right? And sometimes that can be quite dangerous. Sometimes it's about that movement, and that sentiment is about shoving things underneath the rug, so to speak. And before you know it, you're tripping over your rug. You understand what I'm saying? Joy and happiness and optimism is the one and only vibration of expression that Sag energy can hold on to it, hold on to. But it does not like to see what needs to be done to move through to the next level of life. And what's important right now, and this is not about being challenged in any way. This is not about being overly emotional. This is not about going through trauma. This is about being straight up in your life. You get what I'm saying so far? This is a download. So I say all that to say is that with this moon in Sagittarius, how are you going to rock with understanding that things are going to present themselves in a myriad of different ways? And when it doesn't show up happy, when it doesn't show up joyous, when it doesn't show up like an adventure, you can still approach the thing with joy, adventure, and clarity. I hope y'all get hearing the words between my words. And the reason why I say it like that is because I don't want you to dupe yourself. There's a lot going on around us on a daily basis. You understand what I'm saying? But if you trick yourself while the moon is in Sag to believe that these things that are going by, they may or may not hurt me, it'll be okay, I'll be all right, I just need to move fast because the sun is in Aries and because we are moving, because it's fire, you may trip over the rug. You understand what I'm saying? Hit situations head on with compassion, with joy, with eyeball understanding. Are y'all hearing me? I do my best to try to take my time, oftentimes, to try to say what I really, really mean. And I just sometimes get these downloads that really, truly don't really mean too much to me because I don't necessarily know how to apply it to my life in that moment because I'm not necessarily that person, but that's just what I got. And that means that's hitting for somebody out there. Does that make sense? Do your best not to dismiss shit today just because you're tired of dealing with shit. That's plain. Do your best not to just dismiss it because you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm just trying to be happy out this motherfucker. But somebody is in the corner dying. You understand what I mean? The best way to deal with emotions, whether they're anger, sadness, happiness, or whatever they can be, is to deal with it head on in the present moment. And smile while you're doing it. You can smile dealing with information that doesn't seem pleasant. I'm just saying. That brings me to the fact that that moon in Sagittarius is quincunx in Uranus. So Uranus is talking about technology. Uranus is talking about surprises. Uranus is talking about rebellion, you know? So possibly, maybe here's the irritation quincunx. The irritation is that possibly, maybe you want to move through with situations. I didn't know how I was going to parlay that, but God just did it for me. How you want to move through situations in a happily kind of way. But Uranus is like, yo, we got some changes. We got some things to take care of over here. And you don't want to see it. And it irritates you. Do y'all get that? Yes, yes, y'all. Do you get what I mean? That's a big deal. The moon, quincunx in Uranus, is a big deal in that way. Because possibly, maybe we don't want to deal with any more sadness and or disruptions and or clarity. More clarity. We got to get more clarity. We got to talk more about the situation. Yes. Yes, and very yes. You know why? Because we are sliding. I keep telling y'all, we are sliding into this eclipse that's happening on the 20th. That's going to rock everybody in the best way possible. Don't you want to show up with your best suit? Don't you want to show up smelling good? Isn't it the worst thing to go to? Here's a goofy ass analogy. Isn't it the worst thing to go to a party straight off the cuff of work? When the party's at 8 o'clock and you get off at 6:30 and you got to jump in the car, you got to act like you brushed your teeth in the car, whatever. Speaking of, you got to act like you brush your teeth in the car and do your hair and put some cologne on some shit. I mean, wipe your face off with a little bit of a wipey or something just to look a little bit fresh. That's how you're trying to show up to your new life. That's how you're trying to show up to this eclipse that's coming. That's what's being said right now. You frustrated because you want to show up happy. You got to be ready. And being ready is hitting every emotion along the way, everything that needs you and your attention along the way. That means eyeball to eyeball communication, because you're not scared. This is your life we're talking about. Who's scaring you up? And what are you afraid of? If you want to dodge shit, all of a sudden, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. There has to be some kind of fear in there somewhere. So what is it? Talk about it to yourselves. Let yourself know. I mean, am I really, really afraid of this thing over here? Y'all got to give me 2 seconds. My bad. So sorry. I thought something was burning in my bedroom, and Mystic went over there. She's checking it out. I'm like, oh, something's going on. And it was something kind of burning. But anyway, thank y'all for a little bit of a commercial. All right. So y'all get that point, right? As it came driving on in. And here's the other part of it. If the moon, is trining the sun today. Again, it is the moon trining the sun, the moon being in Sagittarius, the sun being in Aries. We want to fly. We want to like meet fire with fire. We want to keep on going. Again, we don't want to deal with the emotions. We don't want to deal with whatever is coming our way. We want to confront situations, but are you confronting it with compassion? Are you confronting it with understanding? Are you confronting it with the eyeball to eyeball consideration and listening to people? That's what I mean by eyeball to eyeball. Are you in the present is the point. Please check yourself. Check yourself today on that. Because it's one of them kind of days where you may move too fast again and trip over the rug because you're too busy putting things underneath it. And okay, come on. And today, the moon, being that the moon is in Sagittarius, is trining Jupiter because Jupiter is in Aries. So it's this huge feeling of like, wanting to excel, wanting to get these blessings on you, wanting to take advantage of the opportunities. But again, be very cognizant of the changes that are happening. That's a really, I don't know how to pronounce that any other way. This today, with these 3 aspects, let me repeat them. The moon, quincunx in Uranus, the moon trine in the sun, and the moon trine in Jupiter is an interesting kind of combination because we all want to go full flesh. We all want to be happy. And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer right here. All I'm trying to say is that sometimes with all this exuberance that you may feel in your heart, you want to talk to strangers. You want to give people extra hugs. You want to keep it going. You want to laugh a little louder. Sagittarius energy is all about humor, right? So you want to crack jokes and things like that. But when situations are in front of you that require different or require more, I'm reiterating, yes, I am, that require more, we have to pay attention. You dig what I'm saying? Because this is not a sweep under the rug moment. Be happy, but deal with shit head on, emotionally speaking. Because Sag in the moon in Sag doesn't know how to deal with emotional situations. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave that shit alone because I feel like I'm beating up a horse right now. All right, tomorrow the moon will stay in Sagittarius, but it's gonna go into Capricorn at 1:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? And Venus will go into Gemini. That's interesting. At 12:47 a.m. on the east side of life. The Venus going into Gemini is an interesting thing. I was joking about it, sort of kind of on Instagram, if anybody caught my joke. Is that Venus deals with love, desire, passion, money, beauty. Mystic, go into the bed. Go into the bed with that. Passion, desire, love, beauty, money. Venus deals with I'm so distracted right now. Deals with I said it. Love, desire, money, worth is the word I was looking for, and value. Okay. When it's in Gemini, it handles those things in multiple types of ways. You understand? So the bottom line is I was joking, saying that possibly, maybe this is the moment in which you introduce yourself to polygamy. Gemini, Venus deals with loving people, loving several different people at one particular time. If you have Venus and Gemini in your natal chart, you possibly are that person, or that person who can deal with polygamy. To be truthful with you, I always chuckle to myself when I see that in somebody's natal chart, and I absolutely say it as well. And I tell the person why is because I think it's a different kind of art form to be able to love in multiple different ways. You know, we come from a tradition in which, you know, it's one man, one woman, you know, it's one-on-one, mano y mano kind of relationships, which I am not um, uh, 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 judging at all. I mean, I personally, Sonjamarie, prefer that, to be truthful with you. But I think it's an awesome, awesome art to be able to love people and different people at the same time, because there's a way in which you can look at that type of love as being godlike. If you can stay away from being, if you can stay away from leaning into the reason for doing it is to be sexual, because sex is a low level energy. You get what I'm saying? Sex is beautiful, but it's low level. And oftentimes people will get into polygamy just to have sex with a bunch of people. No, polygamy actually has to do with, and this aspect or this situation with Venus and Gemini has to do with being able to love people, because from a superficial perspective, everybody deserves love. Again, I'm not promoting polygamy, but what I'm saying is everybody deserves love. And if you are that type of person that like to fall into that lifestyle with Venus and Gemini, you may have a green light out this motherfucker. And with Venus and Gemini, you may also be able to make money in different ways. It's a time in which you're going to get a side hustle, 2 or 3 different jobs in order to meet your lifestyle. Venus and Gemini. Venus and Gemini says, know your worth when it comes to the information that you acquire. You understand? Maybe it's some things that you have to research. Maybe it's some things that you have to get keen on to know how you are worth a particular thing. Actually, I've been doing my research and I know according to X, Y, and Z, I'm a motherfucking master. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this over 10 years and I've put in a certain amount of hours. And I actually read this book and that book and blah, 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 blah. You see where I'm going? So you start to see the value and the information that you already know, or the information that you're receiving. Venus and Gemini is a big deal on some level. It's going to hit them air signs too, Libra and Aquarius. Allow it to get on you, right? It allows, again, open air love, open air love, open air love. I'm pausing because it's necessary, like going back to the polygamy thought and going back to the value thought of feeling valuable on so many levels. When we've been taught as shorties, you know, some interesting downloads coming in, and I don't know if I want to answer all of them, y'all. When we've been taught on so many levels, you know, traditional love, traditional couples, traditional ways of showing love, traditional ways of being. You understand what I'm saying? Traditional ways of being worthy for you and for other people. When Venus is in Gemini, it says bump that tradition. I'm doing this because I want to do it. I'm doing this because it feels good. I'm doing this because not only is it superficial and it's fun, you know what I mean? Because it's really light. There's no heavy on this thing. There's no emotional turmoil, the trauma that's on this thing. Does this make sense to y'all? I hope so. I hope so, because I feel like I'm rambling. I'm going to keep it pushing. Venus tomorrow is trining Pluto. You better get that thing. Come on, Pluto is in Aquarius. Venus is in Gemini. When you know your worth, as a village, we all move mountains. When you know your worth, you can walk in with Venus being in Gemini. You can walk into the space and say, yo, the power to transform is ours. Because we're not deep in our emotions about a thing. We're not holding on to what value should be and what it could be like. You know, Gemini is very, very pliable in that way. Very, very mutable. It can actually see different ways of doing things because it believes it. It's like, oh, I get that. Oh, and I get that too. Oh, as a matter of fact, I get that shit over there too. So why not? Different perspectives. You get what I'm saying? Venus and Gemini. So when that Venus and Gemini shows different perspectives to love, to make money, to be beautiful, to be beautiful. It's meeting up with Pluto to go. And when you feel that, I'm gonna give you your power. When you feel that, I'm gonna help you to transform your life. When you feel that, I'm gonna help you to destroy all of those other confines that you had about yourself or a situation or an issue, and develop some new ones. Is what it's saying when it hits Pluto. Come on, y'all. I like what I feel that's going through my body. I just don't have the language to really, really express it. So I hope y'all are catching this. And if you have any questions, please, please ask me. The moon is squaring Neptune tomorrow. It's a little foggy kind of feel because the moon, being in Sagittarius, does not like to hook up with Neptune and Pisces. It's a square. So, on some level, tomorrow is not the day to utilize our imagination and or connect with spirit in a way in which we possibly need to, want to, desire to. Why? Because that moon in Sag is like, let's go forward, let's move fast, let's keep rolling. You know what I mean? Let's see the adventure. When Neptune is like the adventure is in the pullback. Where the moon in Sag is like the adventure is in the expression. It's two different ways of getting it. So there's a fight. You don't have to fight. You get your expression and have your adventure and then go home and dream with that Neptune thing. But don't make them fight. Does this make sense? Okay. The moon quincunx Venus tomorrow. Interesting. Interesting, because the moon goes into Capricorn at a particular time and it's going to quincunx Venus. So all this value that you feel in the morning when Venus is in Gemini and it's trine in Pluto, you may have a hard time expressing that or feeling the emotion around that when it gets into Capricorn. Why? Because Capricorn, moon in Capricorn wants to make everything responsible, wants to make so by the end of the day or middle to the end of the day tomorrow, it's about snapping out of that adventure of Sagittarius energy and going into responsible grandpa energy. And how can we go into responsible grandpa energy and meet that up with flirty, fantastic, lighthearted, superficial Gemini Venus? That's like, grandpa or grandma bringing the grandchildren to the bar. I don't know where the fuck these visions come from. These examples come from. But it's just like for real. Like the moon in Gemini is like, the moon in Capricorn is really, it's just responsible. It's discipline. It's serious on some level. So it's meeting up with that flirty kind of Venus kind of feel. I don't know. You feeling too serious for your worth and your value and your money? You don't think you can parlay it? You got to crack the whip. You got to get everybody in the office or in your house on board when everybody really just wants to play. It's okay to play. And it's okay to be serious about, it's okay to present boundaries as we play. We just don't want them to meet oftentimes because it can evolve, as the quincunx is saying, a frustration and irritation. And remember, moon in Capricorn and Capricorn energy period is so goddamn controlling. It's controlling. So it will try to beat up that little bit of Venus that's saying, yo, I want to be a polygamist. Yo, I want to wear all the colors in the world and go to school and go to work. And that moon in Capricorn is like, really? You look like Boo-Boo the Fool. You look like a clown. It's like, no, I don't. I look like how I feel. Like I just want to express myself. Are y'all getting this conundrum that could possibly fly away on Tuesday? Choose. Don't get irritated. Choose how you're going to be and ride with it. Squirrel, that's how I like to settle irritations and frustrations. You got to get on the side of the fence in which you want to ride and just go for it and be convicted. Otherwise, you stay in frustration and irritation. You choose to be in that. Does that make sense? I hope so. And that's for any situation. That's for any situation you feel frustrated or a little confused or a little hairy about. Because you're too busy trying to make sense of both things. Sometimes it's not worth making sense of both things. Sometimes it's like, yo, I'm going to choose to be on this side of the fence and go. Well, then go. That Gemini energy is really, really interesting because it wants to be everywhere. But at the same time, you can't be. If that moon, quincunx in that Venus and Gemini is saying, yo, if you don't figure out a way, I'm going to control you, moon in Capricorn. Y'all get what I'm saying? Find a way to be on one side of the fence when it comes to your expression tomorrow, or else you will be controlled otherwise. And it can come off as being really, really serious, and it can come off as cold to some people. I hope y'all get this. The sun, oh, I like that. The sun is in conjunction to Jupiter. Find the joy, change your perspective. That's what it's about. So the moon in Capricorn, again, is going to try to wrangle motherfuckers tomorrow. Trust and believe, trying to get us on our professional, authoritative kind of soapbox, so to speak. But there's all this joy. This is what I'm reading in tomorrow's lineup, Tuesday, right? It's all this joy that's flying around it, that's trying to be recognized. This is a fucking hodgepodge of a week, I tell you. All this joy, the sun, Aries sun, in conjunction to Jupiter, all the skittles and the possibilities and the opportunities that are coming for us. We want to be happy. We want to be exuberant, but at the same time, there's a little bit of a handle. I feel like grandma's pulling our ear, some shit going, wait, hold on. Not just yet. Don't get too happy. Wait, hold on. Grab your coat while you go out. It might get cold. Hold on. Give me your number. Make sure you're going to find my iPhone. Y'all get where I'm going? That's what I've been feeling from Monday to Tuesday, to be truthful with you with all these different aspects. There's need to be joyful. There's need to be open. There's need to go full flesh into this fiery Aries, get it done, Sagittarius move, be happy and joyous with it. At the same time, Capricorn is rolling on in here going whoosh, whipping the whip and shit, you know. The frustration is coming on in here, and we're trying to find our balance. Can I be happy? Can I not be happy? Are you feeling like I mean, things are going to pop off. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but hold on. Somebody's tickled me under here, and somebody just gave me a joke. Wait, hold on. Somebody just gave me an extra $100. That's cool. I should lean to that. I should be happy because of that. It's a weird kind of balance. So y'all feeling that today? You'll feel it tomorrow if you don't feel it today. And then at the same time, that moon, look at that shit. The moon in Capricorn is sextiling Saturn. At the same time, the moon in Capricorn is saying, yo, I'm going to grab the reins. I'm going to wrangle everybody to let them know we still have work to do. Oh, that just made me hot and bothered and tired. Plus, I'm flashing, y'all. Oh, my God. You said if Saturn Capricorn is the grandpa, is there a grandma? No, Saturn and Capricorn is the grandma and the grandpa, for sure. Understand that. Whew, that just made me really exhausted. Because honestly, I'll be really, really candid with y'all. I don't even know if I expressed that fully to y'all. And forgive me if I confused a few, but that's how it feels in my brain right now. It feels like, again, just to reiterate, there's so much joy and so much happiness and so much opportunity that's happening within these first 2 days, and so much imagination. But at the same time, I feel like there's a cap on it. I feel like somebody, you know, like the pot is boiling with some good ass spaghetti or some shit. And somebody, oh, wait, hold on, it's not ready. And they put the cap on and they put the top on. And it's like, why you put the top on? I just want to smell it. Get it out in the room, like an aroma. Let it smell like Italy in this motherfucker. Like, for real. Can we just like be a part of it? Not just yet. It's frustrating me in this moment as I speak. Does this make sense to y'all? Yes, y'all. Can y'all let me know y'all there? Y'all let me know y'all there. Thank you for the hearts, whoever put them hearts up. This is crazy. This is a crazy feel. And again, at the end of the day tomorrow, and then Capricorn's going to win by the end of the day. Capricorn's saying, yo, fuck it. Not only am I grabbing the reins, I'm sextiling my own planet. I'm sextiling Saturn, even though it's in Pisces. I'm making sure we get the job done. I'm making sure we put up boundaries. I'm making sure we put up restrictions. I'm making sure that we call out fear when we need to call out fear. I'm making sure that I'm the authority of my life. I'm making sure I'm like, dun, 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 dun. You understand what I'm saying? While the happy is going on around me. Again, the reason why it seems frustrating, because we are all ready for a good ass party. I'm saying, anybody? Squirrel? Anybody have those moments where you just feel like, you know what? I hate to talk about drugs and alcohol all the time because it's not necessarily the catalyst for a good time. But has anybody ever had those moments where you just feel like, I just want to be drunk? I just want to lay out in front of a whole bunch of people I feel 100% comfortable with and just be myself and just fart and just laugh and giggle and crack jokes and make food for everybody and just truly, truly be yourself. Have a celebration. The celebration is on a cap for the first 2 days of this week. Y'all get that? That's what I'm really, really trying to say. Let's see where this week goes. Wednesday, the moon is still in Capricorn. It is trining Mercury because Mercury is in Taurus. Okay, so Capricorn found a buddy. The moon in Capricorn is about expression, remember? Emotion, right? Dealing with karmic energy around that particular vibration of Capricorn. It's trining Mercury. So again, it found a buddy. So the way in which we will be prompt to think is going to be headed up by Capricorn energy. It found a buddy. I say that for the 5th time. The thing about it is that now on Wednesday, we see the need, right, to get more structured. We see, we hear, we feel the need. We think about the need to get more structured. Instead of wanting to have that party or having that confusion of the party being there, but there's grandpa in the corner, whoosh, whoosh. On Wednesday, we're like, fuck it, we concede. We concede to grandpa because grandpa had a point. Grandpa had a point. Okay, we got to get organized. We have to be methodical. We got to strategize our next movement. Are y'all following me? Also on Wednesday, that moon in Capricorn trines Uranus. So right back to the change, right? The moon in Capricorn says to Uranus, remember, I mean, we have to strategize. We have to grab the reins. We have to be serious. We have to present these boundaries. We have to be the boss of ourselves because there's massive change that's happening. If we stop on Tuesday night to get drunk and say, fuck all y'all and everybody Capricorn and serious, and I'm just going to lay out and fart with my friends Tuesday night, maybe tonight, I don't know, maybe Monday night, right? On Wednesday, you're going to be like, oh man, what did I do? What did I not do? I mean, did I feed the kids? I don't know. I swear to God, y'all, I went to bed the other day and forgot, I fell asleep on my dog and forgot to feed the puppy. I woke up, she looked at me like, bitch, like for real? She was looking dead in my face like, couldn't you wake up? That's that feeling on Wednesday. You're going to wake up and be like, oh shit, what happened? The world's still going? Because I just rolled into the party. Wednesday is like, nah, we got to keep it moving because we got to be adults. Yeah. Not yet, but it's coming, boo-boos. Yo, that eclipse on the 20th, I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all don't feel it on and about the 20th, you'll feel it probably about right now or 2 weeks after the 20th or about 6 months later, like a jolt, like a straight jolt, like let's go. Because it all depends on how it falls in your chart and the geometry and the degrees of it all. It's crazy, right? Okay, let's keep on moving to Thursday and see what it offers. As the moon goes into Aquarius at 4:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we know before that, it'll be in Capricorn still. So before that, we wake up with the moon in Capricorn squaring the sun. Count to 10 is all I said. Before you react, everybody wants to be the boss. Remember this, Aries is a cardinal sign. It's a leader, so is Capricorn. So when two cardinal signs square each other, it's like, I'm the boss. No, I'm the boss. Capricorn's like, I'm the boss, bitch, because I've been rolling and ruling the emotional skies for the last 2 days. And I've been cracking the whip trying to keep us alive and keep us responsible and adulting. And the sun in Aries is like, I don't give a fuck. It's time to move. It's time to be a baby. It's time to shine. It's time to be jubilant. It's time to be aggressive. It's time to be independent. You understand? So they are vying for attention and position, which can leave a lot of us feeling like, oh, I don't know which way to go with grandpa or with mommy. You've been that little kid, like in the middle of your parents, like they both making sense, but who do I choose? That's that feeling on Thursday, right? And a lot of anger can ensue because Aries is a pop-off kind of energy. Aries loves to fight. Aries looks for a fight. On a real, Aries looks for confrontation. And because it's the sun and it's ruling the sky right now, we are in its season, it absolutely wants to capsize on some level the moon. and its authoritative position to try to keep us again wrangled and responsible about a thing. So watch out for Thursday, okay? I'm just gonna say that. Cuidado. The moon in Capricorn will sextile Neptune, because Neptune is still in Pisces, right? So at the very least, take off. Instead of fighting with that moon square in the sun, at the very least, with the moon being in bed with Neptune, take off. Use your imagination. Meditate as much as you can. Be an observer as opposed to the talker. It's hard not to talk, and it's hard not to pop off when we are in Aries season. But at the same time, if you find yourself in the middle of something, why do we always have to pop off if there's 3, 4, 5, 6 different people popping off? Squirrel, they used to bother me in my life. And I know sometimes I do it too, but it trips me out how people will argue and talk over each other. How are you hearing each other? That it just made me feel like that with that moon square in the sun. Arguments, people talking over each other, people trying to present its point, its position. You know, if you find yourself in that space, yo, take the next note, take that moon sextile and Neptune and back the fuck out and allow everybody else to scrap. You understand what I mean? Go into your house or go somewhere and listen to some music, write something in your journal or whatever the case may be. Get artistically inspired on some level. Make sense, everybody? Y'all with me? Y'all all at work? It's all right, mister. The moon on Thursday is also conjuncting Pluto, because the moon is going to go, like I said, slide into Aquarius. So the conjunction to Pluto in the Aquarius is going down. So it's about, you know, when the moon goes into Aquarius, it's about looking towards humanity. It's about looking towards for the people, helping out the people. It's about knowing what you know, because you know what you know, in order to make transitions, in order to make transformation happening, in order to, I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What I just got real quick was the fact that we need that. We're going to need that on Thursday. Not necessarily the arrogance of Aquarius. And I know what I know, and I'm going to move mountains. Pluto, I'm going to move mountains, and I'm going to make changes, and I'm going to be transformative the way I need to. And I'm going to insert my power. But we need that on some kind of level, because for all week long, we've been trying to stay in the middle of authority and kindness. Stay in the middle of fighting and leaning back and choosing our battles. Stay in the middle of choosing to be frustrated or making a very, very serious point with some compassion and minding our business. Whereas on Thursday, when that moon in Aquarius is conjunct in Pluto, it's like, yo, hold on for a second. From a detached standpoint, moon in Aquarius is very detached when it comes to emotions. This is not about hurting you or me or anybody else in here. This is moon in Aquarius speaking. This is about changing our lives. This is about transforming. This is about the bigger picture. So on some level on Thursday, we need somebody to come in there and go, wait, hold on, everybody. You're doing too much. With the kindness of humanity and what it is that I know and the information that I have, we got to rise above any irritation or any need to control and be the boss of people, or yourselves for that matter, because we know we're not in control, right? And just go with the flow of it and know what you know. Ride on what you know in order to make the transformations. Did that confuse some people? Ask a question. Like, for real, that moon coming into, I like that. Thank you, Spirit, for that little download, because that's getting everybody back on track. Like, not, this is not personal. Get it together. That's what that says. The moon, Sonia, the moon conjunct in Pluto is like, it's not personal. Get it all together so we can get back on our square and we can move powerfully to where it is we need to go to assist any changes that need to happen for us, to create something different in our lives. Make sense? All right. The moon, thank you, Sandra. The moon in Aquarius trines Venus, working to show your worth. Earth sign style. That's not true, Sonia. No, that's air. That's air. I wrote Earth. Because the moon is in Aquarius, and that Venus will be in Gemini. So the moon, oh, I like that. So on Thursday, here we go. With the moon, stepping one back. With the moon conjuncting Pluto, again, powerfully asserting information, being detached from our emotions, seeing the thing for the thing for the thing, knowing what you know in order to transform your life. Now that moon in Aquarius goes in alignment with the values, these new values that you start to accrue at the beginning of this week when Venus goes into Gemini, the polygamy shit, right? Just to be funny, or the multiple ways in which you make money, the multiple ways in which you value yourself. I like that, right? It's coming together to work to show you like you are worthy of those things. Here's the other part, a little bit of download about that Venus Gemini shit, especially coming into play with the moon on Thursday. Is about oftentimes we are told that the only real reason that we have value in a thing is because someone has told us. It's because it's traditional, because other people have said it, because other people have done it. Be careful of that. Excuse me for burping. Really, really, really be careful of that. This is a download, a little bit of a squirrel. I've noticed, how some people talk, even myself, right? And how we can give reverence to a lot of people outside of us. Now, I'm not talking about mentors. I'm not talking about being inspired by Nina Simone. I'm not talking about, loving Nelson Mandela. I'm not talking about any of the people that have been have promoted your dreams on some kind of way. I'm talking about people that's around you and information that you get from strangers, information that you get online, information that you thought, honestly, thank you, that you thought applied to you for years, but it's no longer applying to you. Be careful of that, because here's the deal. When we adhere to things that we think that is a part of us in the midst of this change that's happening, we continue to hold on to these things because it feels like we're being ripped naked. So we hold on to these ideologies, these things that we have allowed people to put on ourselves. Oh, I like the way she dressed. Let me dress like that. Or I like her haircut. Let me get my hair cut like that. Or I like the way she talks. I should learn how to talk like that. Or I like astrology. Let me do astrology like she does astrology. And it's not from the point that you want to be that person. These are things that you want to add to your arsenal, right? But you got to be careful about what you add to your arsenal, and in the sense that you are not necessarily like trying to be that person. You are not necessarily trying to emulate in them in some kind of way, or putting them on a pedestal in some kind of way. Does that make sense? That's what that moon in Aquarius hitting up with that Venus and Gemini can portend. Why? Because it's very superficial and it's very informational. And while we are in this transformative time, you got to be careful of the information that you adhere to who you are becoming. Even the old stuff that wants to stick, we got to be so motherfucking present every single moment of the day, because we are literally creating ourselves over and over and over and over again in this moment, like right now. Like right now, there are outdated thoughts and feelings and situations that are literally running through us. We don't want it any longer. So you got to be careful of that air sign energy that wants to prove a thing. Now, this is real because of X, Y, and Z, and because it's reality, because it's rational, right? Is it rational for you? Is it real for you, motherfucker? Be careful of that, is the point. So get your information, moon, trining, Venus, air sign energy. Get the information that makes you passionate, that makes you want to get a thing, that makes you want to be beautiful, that makes you want to make the money, but make sure that you utilize it in a superficial way. And it's not a part of who you are in your core, not unless it really applies. Did I say that clearly? That's a big freaking deal. I can't say that enough. And to add to that is because what I am seeing is that there's so much transformation again that people are freaking the fuck out, that they have to get rid of 50 years of who they are. They got to get rid of 25 years of who they are. Because in some level, it's saying to them, I wasn't good enough. This is not good enough any longer. I wasted my time. Any reason or justification to hold on to it. Does that make sense to y'all? I'm just saying. Whew, that took a lot out of me because I can see it. Sometimes I just don't have all the words. On Friday, the moon is still in Aquarius and it's going to, exactly, Sonia. Come on, God. It is going to quincunx Mars in Cancer. Why? Because Mars in Cancer is like, bitch, didn't I tell you we moving? We are executing. We are having sex. We are fighting for a thing. We are motivated by emotions, by who we are on the inside, by the nurturing of ourselves or the lack of it, by the nourishment that we give ourselves or the lack of it. And that moon in Aquarius is like, but I got all the information. I got everything that I need. I watched the documentary and this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? I planned it out. I got the plan in the spreadsheet. I want to move like this. Mars and Cancer said, no, we're not moving like that. That's not what we're doing right now. Does it feel good? I mean, it may not feel good, is what Mars and Moon in Aquarius is saying, is what the headiness is saying. It may not feel good, but it seems logical. It seems rational. It seems realistic. Yeah, but how does it feel? Because we have to pay attention with this Mars in Cancer. We have to pay attention to how it feels, how it's restructuring our foundation, how it's restructuring our family lives, how it's restructuring how we love and take care of ourselves. That's the movement. That's what's happening. I could take a noun and bend it. Give me a noun. Sonia will bust out in song in 2.2 seconds. Y'all remember that from Schoolhouse Rock? That's what's happening. I'm just saying. That's what's happening. Too much heady energy disturbing the flow of Mars. That's my notes. I set that shit up. Boom, because I'm good. Venus is squaring Saturn. Desire to work at many things at once may be disturbing to your discipline. Look at that. So the bottom line is this. Because Gemini and Aquarius and Libra, especially Gemini and Aquarius, I mean, they get a thing. It's intellectual genius. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it like this. Intellectual genius. I got it. Here's the list. Here's the information. Let's execute. Let's make it happen. Right? With Venus squaring Saturn, Venus in Gemini, with all the information, the desire, the passion of this information, of the negotiation, of the conversation that needs to happen, all Gemini energy, of the superficial shit that needs to happen, the flirty kind of multiple different ways in which we are feeling a thing, right? Is squaring up against Saturn to say, wait, hold on. But that's not where the work is going. That's not what we've been building. Y'all feeling me? Mars is saying that's damn sure not where we're going. So don't come my way with that shit. But Saturn is like, and that's not what we've been building because Saturn is in Pisces. The common denominator here is that Mars in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces, right? In this way is really ruling this shit in this moment in time on Friday, meaning that the flow is saying we got to go like this because this is what we've been setting up. When the shit is rolling down the stream, you can't go and run alongside of the stream, jump in the stream and try to stop it. That's what the Venus in Gemini wants to do, and that's what the moon in Aquarius wants to do. Hold on, I got information about a thing. Let's turn this thing around and create a whole nother course. This shit is going down the stream because it's already in the flow. It's already in the flow. You can add information as you're flowing, but you can't stop the thing. Does this make sense? Because you're already changing, because you've already put out the prayers, because you've already put out the intentions. You got to trust it. You can't come in thinking I got more information on top of more information on top of more information to make the thing better. More information don't make the thing better. Sometimes it makes it fucking confusing, especially when the thing is flying, is rolling down the stream already, when it's on the flow already. Yo, am I getting hot and bothered for no fucking reason? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I mean? Oh my God, y'all talk to me, please. That makes all the sense in the world to me. That's why Venus in Gemini is squaring up against that Saturn and Pisces. Saturn and Pisces Saturn been in Pisces for a minute. And it's like the way we are working things out. Saturn is about work, about discipline, about boundaries and restrictions, about the grandpa. You understand what I'm saying? The getting shit in shape from a Piscean perspective. I'm listening to God. is what Saturn says. I'm doing the work for my angels, my ancestors, my guides. I'm paying attention to the downloads, is what Saturn and Pisces is saying. Then all of a sudden, Venus and Gemini wants to say, but you know what? I'm cute. I got this information. I think it's going to make it better. Better than God, bitch? Relax. Relax. I'm just saying. The moon in Aquarius is squaring Mercury. Oh God, this makes me hot. It makes me hot. Stubborn emotions doesn't allow you to see another's point of view. Here's the battle again. Do y'all see the common denominator in this week? The battle is where we have put our energy, where we have put our intention is already on a mission. It's already on the flow. It's already headed to the eclipse. It's already headed to new life. It's already headed to the age of Aquarius. If we allow certain nuances, new information to come into, again, to reiterate, to make us think we are doing it better by adding new onto new onto new, we can be confusing a thing. Thus, if you confuse a thing, if you confuse your progress, maybe all of a sudden you'll slip back into some weird ass depression because you think more is better, because you think fancy is better, because you think more information is better. It's not always that. Simplicity. The water deals with simplicity, y'all. Just float. You understand what I'm saying? So, and not only that, Mercury is not in water. Mercury is in Taurus, right? So Mercury is like, I'm not moving. I'm just letting you know, moon in Aquarius, you can come into it with all these fancy ideas and a list of importance of what we need to do for the people and a list of importance of what not to do and how we should do it because you know it all. But Mercury and Taurus is like, yo, I already have set in my mind what needs to happen. I'm already solid. I know I've already got my instructions. And moon and Aquarius is just as stubborn. They are both fixed signs. You gonna battle on Friday in that way? Or you gonna trust that you know what you know based on what you already had going on already? That's a real question. Yes, Kim Singletary, it's about relaxing into the flow, but it's also about not being duped by information that thinks that if you get more, you get better. And that's the trick bag, cuz. That's the trick bag. That's what's making me so hot, because there's many of us, including myself, that will get desperate in a moment in time to think that we're going with the flow and go, oh, I can add some more over here. You understand what I'm saying? I can get fancy. I can do it differently. Stay the course. Stay the course. That's what worries me. Not worries like really like I'm worried, but that's what concerns me in some kind of way. Is because the people right now are anxious. Folks are ready to move, to do something new, to blow a gasket, to run out in the middle of the street, goddamn naked, to shoot people up. You understand what I'm saying? People are on edge. So when you start adding too much information, it confuses the pot. I know I'm saying the same things over and over, and y'all, but thank you for being patient. But I'm really trying to drill in this point. I don't want y'all going out there thinking that you recreating the motherfucking wheel. Not this week. Not this week. Also, the moon in Aquarius is squaring up against Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. Mercury is in Taurus. There's a square. The know-it-all in us prohibits the change that's needed. Bottom line. And I put next to that analogy of the bottleneck, like right in the skinny part of that neck. Of the bottle. Like everybody is moving in there. You think you know it all? You're going to be fluffed off. You're going to be pushed off. You're not coming through the bottleneck. You think you have the answer to everything? You're not coming through the bottleneck is the point. You understand what I'm saying? Saturday. The moon is in Pisces at 6:57 p.m. Before that, it'll be in Aquarius. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate all of y'all for being here, and I appreciate the likes and the thumbs up. I appreciate y'all sharing this information if you so kindly will do so. And also donate to my channel via Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. The information is in the description box below. Also, get on that Eclipse reading special that I am promoting. Like I said at the top, it is the reason why you want to really know about what's happening with this eclipse on 420 is because Jupiter is sitting right next to it. It's a new moon solar eclipse. That means there's new opportunities coming for everybody. That's why I believe Spirit got me so hot, harboring on these points. I don't want us to be too premature about anything or everything and anything around in our lives right now. We think we got it. It's time to go. It's time to roll. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Double check, pre-double check, post-double check. Also, Mercury is going retrograde on the 21st. So we're in that shadow period. You understand? Information is a little misconstrued right now. People are saying things that they don't mean what they're not saying, and it's just a lot in a sense. I don't want us to get caught up in the crossfire or the crosshairs, whatever you call that shit, of of trying to figure out a thing versus execute a thing and then feeling like we left out because we jumped too prematurely. On Saturday, the moon, as like I said, is going into Pisces at the end of the day. But before it does that, that moon is going to hook up with Jupiter in Aquarius. I mean, Jupiter in Aries. The moon is in Aquarius. Jupiter is in Aries. That's sextile. That's brilliant. That's dope. The moon in Aquarius is hooking up with the sun. Same situation. Saturday is a brilliant, brilliant day. It's a brilliant day to be alive and to get the information off of ourselves. How about that? Saturday is a day in which we connect with the community, in which we connect with our friends. I was talking last week about being in this cocoon, about being in a space in which we are pulling ourselves back from the community and friends, even people that we love, just so we can get a higher sense of self, a higher consciousness of self, understanding who we are and what we need to change and shit like that. On Saturday is an opportunity for us to connect with our friends, to reintroduce ourselves, Hova, on some kind of level, right? Because Aquarius energy, moon being in Aquarius, hitting up that sun and that Jupiter in Aries, is about friendship. Aquariuses are the best friends you can ever really have. I'm not saying every other sign is not a good friend, but Aquarius energy loves friendship. It loves connecting. It loves thinking of another. It loves making the group happy. That's what makes them happy. So if the moon is in Aquarius and it's hitting up Jupiter and it's party and it's hitting up the sun and it's in the biggest vibration here, you understand what I'm saying? It's about celebrating with friends. It's about being bright in that thing. Does that make sense? It's about coming out going, yo, you know what I discovered about myself in the last month or so? I actually don't like when X, Y, and Z happens. I'm going to take on this from now on. Oh, really? Yes, I am. Watch me. Watch me work. Watch me be different. Just watch me. Share with your friends in that way. And I bet you they have something to say too. I bet you they have some new things that they want to share too. Because everybody is morphing in some kind of way. On Sunday, almost done with this thing, y'all. And thank y'all for being patient. And again, I hope this is good information. If it is, please let me know. Because sometimes, like I said, information comes through for me and I can be there are some days where I'm totally separate from y'all and I just listen. And this feels like one of them days. So I need to know that you are with me. On Sunday, the moon goes into Pisces, right? Or I should say it's in Pisces because it went in to Pisces the night before. So that means that Pisces moon is going to square Venus. Remember who you are and try not to be everywhere at once. I texted my sister that one day. I said, I can't. This was for me. I was like, I can't be everything for everybody. That's what that moon in Pisces squaring Venus and Gemini is trying to say. Because Venus and Gemini, again, deals with a multitude of things, right? And likes to love everybody. Whereas the moon in Pisces, it definitely has unconditional love and forgiveness and understanding for everybody, but it knows that its biggest priority is not only to self, but to spirit. So there's the battle on Sunday. Should I give to myself in spirit or should I give to everybody else? You understand what I'm saying? You can't be everything for everybody all the time. You just cannot be. And trust me, I'll just share some information about my life. I learned that shit the hard way. And at the same time, what happens is that When you attempt to do that, a couple of things happens in my opinion. First thing is that you're not really giving quality to each and every person because you're trying to splay and give everything to everybody. So it's like 5% here, 5% here, 5% there. So they're not really getting all your full attention and your full heart and your full help. You're just, for ego's sake, showing up for people because you said you would be there, but you're not totally present. You get what I'm saying? There's a couple of things that happen with that. You know, you get tired. People rely on you. And even when you show up and you give 5%, they will absolutely squeeze another 10% out of you if you're still in the room. Again, it makes you exhausted and it takes you out of your own head, where now is the day. Now is the time. With this moon in Pisces, it's like, yo, I need you to pay attention to spirit a little bit. So make sure you meditate on Sunday. Make sure you give to yourself before you start giving to everybody else that day. All right, Rabbi Rob. The moon in Pisces will be, there we go, will be trining Mars, because Mars is in Cancer, the moon is in Pisces. So it's like, this is how we moving. We moving with spirit. We moving on some shit in which we're going to execute how we feel, as opposed to what is our obligation. The fact that we got to be all people, we got to be the mayor. That's what that Venus and Gemini says. You know that, right? Venus and Gemini is a straight mayor. It's like, hey, everybody, how you doing? It's like flirtatious and it's out there and it's giving good feels to everybody. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes up against peace and solitude, we might have a problem. When it comes up against water, it might be a problem on some level. You dig what I'm saying? So you just got to pick and choose how you move that day. And then lastly, the moon in Pisces sextiles Mercury. Mercury is in Taurus. Moon is in Pisces. So it's about speak your heart in a very calm way. That's a good day on Sunday to have hard conversations. Sunday is a good day to have hard conversations on any level, right? With your spouse, with your parents, with your children. It doesn't matter, right? Because it allows you to speak calmly about what it is you feel. Moon, what you feel. Mercury, how you speak, communicate, plan a thing. Make sense? All right, y'all have any questions? That is it. Ooh, look at that. 11111. That was awesome. I like that. I hope this reading, this broadcast helped you in some kind of way. I want to read one person, just one person today, because truly, I'm a little sleepy today. I haven't been sleeping very well. 52 is not easy with this premenopausal stuff. And I'm like tired of taking all these sleep aids and edible at night. I'm like, God damn it. I don't want to cloud my head. I just want to go to sleep. But then when I do that, I don't sleep very well. So I'm kind of confused about what to do. I'm going to take some herbs and shit. I'll be all right. Is it great information, Sonja? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my God, Zena is driving me bananas. And I swear to God, I'm like talking to y'all, but really I'm laying in my bed. Anybody want to read? And please give me your can you send some recipes? Sure, I have an email address, wordlifeastrology@gmail. Sure, Alicia, I appreciate you. Anything will help, honey. Half awake at night. Oh my God, I can't tell you, Zena. I have woken up in cold sweats the last 3 nights, at least 5, 6 times each night. My dog is like, lady, go to sleep. What the hell? Okay, so anybody want a quick read? Sun, moon, and rising, please put that up. And I will be able to tap in as much as possible. You're very, very welcome, Angelique the artist. I appreciate you. And I appreciate your kind comments. You always leave really, really nice comments for us, sister. Makes my heart smile. Excuse me. And again, please forgive me for asking, are y'all there? Are y'all there? What's going on? I know y'all got shit going on, but it's just difficult. Look, from my point of view, it's like, am I talking? Is this making sense? What am I just, wait, what? I'm looking for questions while a couple of people, 1, 2 people may put up their sun, their moon, and their rise. I'm just looking back to make sure I didn't miss anybody and anything that they said. Where can you find the Eclipse workshop? or the Eclipse reading. In the description box below, there is a link in which you can click. It will bring you right to the Calendly link, and you can pay and schedule straight away. I'm so glad, Marissa B. I'm so glad. Okay, well, I don't see nobody's information, which means, oh, Sierra, look, she just jumped on there. I was about to squat. I'm going. Sunning. Oh, look at all of that. Thank God for your Gemini rising, Sierra. It all helps. It's all good. But when I look at Capricorn and Scorpio, I automatically think of control, because Capricorn and Scorpio is the most controlling sign of the zodiac. So Sierra Chantel, I like that name. Sierra Chantel, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Scorpio, and Gemini rising. The reason why I said thank God for that Gemini, because the Gemini does keep the things light and airy, right? That Sun in Capricorn, she's controlling. She's ambitious. She is steadfast in how she gets up that mountain. She's really sensitive, but not everybody knows it. She's a boss, you know. She makes sure she gets what she needs to get done. People, she literally makes people in situations projects. You have to be careful of that, though, right? Because not everybody wants to be your project of you saving them. That's ego. I'm just saying, be careful of that. Also, Capricorn energy, as bomb as it is, getting to the top and succeeding in the way that you do. I love Capricorn energy for that. I always get inspired by Capricorns in that way of getting to the top, making sure you're handling your work and your responsibilities to the nth, right? Please remember to try not to put too many people on a pedestal, meaning like try not to Capricorn energy deals with self-righteousness within themselves, which they flip it on other people by putting them on a pedestal, because it's aspirational. People and situations can be aspirational to Capricorn's energy. And then sometimes there's a weird ass veil that comes over your existence, thinking that they're bigger than big, until you get closer to the light and you go, them motherfuckers are human too. Yes. Yes. Again, because Capricorn is always trying to get to the top. So it's looking for things that's bigger and better than them so they can conquer it and get to the top. But sometimes you notice that people at the top are just as fucked up as people at the bottom. And then that's weird you out in this tailspin of disappointment. Like, oh, I thought maybe that they were gonna, my whole head is blown by that. I'm just saying, cuidado. Be careful. And then that moon in Scorpio is determined, is controlling for a whole nother reason. Moon in Scorpio likes to control because it doesn't want to hurt anybody. That's for fucking real. It just doesn't want to hurt anybody. Capricorn controls because it thinks it has the best plan to get to the top. Scorpio controls because they don't want you to know too much. Your emotional nature doesn't want you to give too much about who you are, because if somebody comes in and tries to hurt you, you absolutely gonna hurt them. So you pull back, you don't trust, you control how you give your heart and your emotional nature. So with all that being said, and it's more, Gemini on the rise helps to alleviate that seriousness, that deep ass, passionate Scorpio energy that you hold. And Gemini shows up like, where's the party at? Bitches, what's going on? I got the bottles. I got the. I love Gemini energy for that. Like for real. Even though it could take information, flight. No, that's not a word, Sonja. I was about to try to make up a word. Don't even do it. You're too tired for that. Even though it can take information and just, be mutable with it, take it here or there, change its mind, be on a pivot almost all day, every day. It's still keeping things light. And that helps the heart of the Capricorn that you are. And that helps to take off that emotional seriousness that Scorpio has. And by the way, I hope you forgive your mother. I hope you forgive your family. There they go. Yeah. Why do I say these things? Knowing that if I mention somebody, they're gonna come in. Am I not paying attention to my own way of doing this? Sierra Chantel, Is your mom on the other side, or is there a mother figure on the other side? Because what I just got is not, if it's not your mom, there's an aunt or a mother figure that's over there that's trying to get you to forgive the maternal, how the people, the females in your life have raised you. I kind of feel like, and this is the weirdest way of saying it, but like you've been duped on some level. I hope that makes sense. I'm going out on a limb. That you've been duped on some level, that they taught you one thing or did one thing for you in your youth, but and then all of a sudden you discovered something and you was like, that's not what the real is. That's not true. That's not. Your mom is still here and your grandmother and on your dad's side is gone, and I never met her. Okay. Then I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna fish for it. But there is a connection with women, either your mom or some women in your family, in which you have to forgive and alleviate some type of energy around them, and blame and shame that you probably are blaming and shaming for good fucking reason. I'm just going to defend you in that moment. However, some never is holding you back from really getting to the mountaintop, Capricorn, from really getting to the mountaintop. Remember that Gemini energy on the rise? She don't want to see things that are harmful or too deep or too emotional or too traumatic. Although your Scorpio moon can handle it, the rise don't want to see it. So the bottom line is that it has to get through your rise in order for your moon to deal with it. You got to let it come through sometimes. That's all I'm going to say. Get the fuck up out of here. I'm not trying to mess with y'all and all these people. Oh my God. I got to wipe my face. Anybody have any questions? You're so welcome. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. They be bullying me on the other side, Joel. Okay, one more. Increased knowledge. I don't think I've ever read you before, although that looks very familiar too. I don't know. Sun in Cancer, Pisces moon, and Pisces rise. Ooh, girl, I hope you live by a goddamn ocean. If you don't live by the ocean, I hope you have a big ass tub. Wait, what's your name is again? What your name is, girl? Increased knowledge. What's your real name? Is that a dude? Or you a dude or a female? Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that. It was about to get real. That's why I pulled back. I'm not messing with your people. They ain't gonna do that to me. God damn it. Gosh darn damn it. Okay, where's increased knowledge? Are you still here? I hate this little delay because then it's all dead air and shit, and I don't even know if y'all still here. What's going on? Increased knowledge. Okay, I'm about to go. And just pull this card and say thank you. I don't want to read somebody if they're not in the room, y'all. And sometimes people, have to get on out of here. I understand that. These gosh darn videos, y'all are like goddamn soldiers for holding on for an hour and 22 minutes. Like, for real? Thank you. Just thank you. Okay, they really not here because they're not saying anything. Okay, so let's just go ahead and thank you, Jua. How you been? How them babies doing? Let's go ahead and read this card. You know why? Because there's a lot of people that want to come in right now. I think I opened up the little, and I don't necessarily want to do that, but I do want to read this card that we are being summoned to pay attention to today. I like to read cards now at the end of the whatchamacallit, UI, if you haven't heard of this before, at the end of the broadcast, right? To kind of summarize what this week is going to be about. So here's a quick prayer, and that we receive exactly what it is that we need to see. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Exactly what we need to see today. This moment in this hour, all things are given. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, this Copper Fox. How you doing? Now I'm confused. What should I do, y'all? Should I read Copper Fox or should I read this card? Copper Fox, this is all I want to say, honestly, truly. With all that Pisces and that Cancer shit, I hope you live by the water, and I hope you invest in taking a bath. There's some wonderful products out there that have Epsom salt infused in with some awesome herbs. I came across another, I want to say flavor, but it's not flavor, but it's another product of Dr. Teal's. Dr. Teal's has Epsom salt. They also have this dope ass Epsom salt bath salt situation that has elderberry in it and vitamin C. Oh my God, it smells delicious in the tub. Anyway, I just wanted to pass that on to you because Epsom salt definitely deals with the muscles and all of that, but it also makes you feel just relaxed. And I can feel the toxins and the energy just coming off of my body. Yo, get in them tubs, girl, guy, girl. You understand? Please, please, please wash it off. Pisces energy is going through some shit right now, is what I just wanted to tell you. And then I'm going to read the card. Why? Because Saturn is in Pisces right now. So you guys are being whipped into shape. I want you to do yourself a favor, especially with that Cancer energy, because Cancers like to complain. I'm just telling you, right? Please do not complain about the work that you have to put in. I know you're tired. I know you've been on it. I know Pisces like to float and like to ride and like to go down the stream in the canoe, wherever spirit leads you, because you're absolutely the best at that. Pisces energy is shape-shifting. It goes where it's needed to go, but you're being called while Saturn is in Pisces in this moment in time to not necessarily go down, not go down the stream and go with the flow, but you got to build a bigger boat. Does that make sense? That tickled me. Build a bigger boat. You know why? Because maybe the little canoe that you had or the kayak that you had or whatever vehicle that you had to ride down the stream or down the river hasn't been holding you up lately. So you got to do some research. You got to do other things to make sure that your foundation, to make sure your mode of transportation, how you get into where you need to get to in life is a little bit sturdier. You can't go on a wing and a prayer anymore, which is calling you to come outside of your normal wing it kind of vibration. Baby love, you can't do that. You got to whoosh, put some shit on you. You know what I'm saying? It's not a punishment. It's not a punishment. Please understand that. It's making you not only stronger, but it's making you to appreciate structure. Capricorn energy is necessary for structure. And, sometimes we leave that out when we talk about Capricorn energy and its need to advance and go to the top of the mountain. They do that in a very systematic type of way. And that's what Saturn's planet, Capricorn's planet is Saturn. That's what Saturn is trying to teach you. You got to be systematic about how you move on this planet nowadays. Why? Because people are coming after everybody. Entities are coming after everybody. You got to be vigilant. You understand what I'm saying? You have to be aware. You have to protect your kids. You have to build a stronger house before the fucking wind comes and blows it down. You get all my analogies and examples? Copper Fox, you still there? I have a feeling that you're at work and you don't want nobody to know that you typing away on this thing. I'm just teasing you. All right. We picked the Lover's card today. The Lover's card. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Bust this. What we call love is really a whole spectrum of relating, reaching from the earth to the sky. At the most earthly level, love is sexual attraction. Many of us remain stuck there because our conditioning has burdened our sexuality with all kinds of expectations and repressions. Actually, the biggest problem with sexual love is that it never lasts. Only if we accept this fact can we then really celebrate it for what it is, welcome its happening, and say goodbye with gratitude when it's not. Then, as we mature, we can begin to experience the love that exists beyond sexuality and honors the unique individuality of the other. We begin to understand that our partner often functions as a mirror, reflecting unseen aspects of our deeper self and supporting us to become whole. This love is based in freedom, not expectation or need. Its wings take us higher and higher towards the universal love that experiences all as one. Ashe, amen, aho. Look for the freedom in love. Look for the separation in love. Look for the wings in love. Look for the breeze in love. Look for the trust in love. Look for knowing that when love is for you, love is going to find you. Love is going to be there, like detached from it in some kind of way. All right. That's what this week is saying. That if you have partners that are reflecting anything other than that, you have to change who you are. So then basically, possibly, maybe they can take on that same kind of attitude and understanding. That makes sense? Oh, Copper Fox, you good? I'm so glad that hit you in a way in which it released some things for you, sweetie pie. You good? Go on, get in the shower, in the tub, and get that Epsom salt. Ooh-wee. Because the pain is in your hips. That's all I'm going to say. It's in your hips, in your booty area, like maybe sciatica or right above your butt. I just felt it. So that's for you. Okay, hit me up for a reading if you need for this eclipse special. Also go to my website if you want to do a couples reading or a full-fledged 90 minutes reading. Hit me up. I'll be happy to assist you in any kind of way. Thank y'all for being here. Mwah. Much love to you, and be good in this weird ass week. Remember, stay on the flow, y'all. Take care.